What's happening, NXPT? I'm Andrea Givens, registered dietitian and fellow NXPT member, and we are just wrapping up week 4 of our Summer Detox Fitness Results Challenge, heading into week 5. And this weekend is Oktoberfest in La Mesa. Hopefully, I'll see some of you out there. I wanted to quickly just say what my approach would be to things like Oktoberfest, and as we go into kind of the holiday season, there's all these things popping up, and how do you maintain making progress in the gym and maintain making progress with your health goals when things like this come up. So in terms of Oktoberfest, there's obviously going to be beer, there's going to be pretzels, there's going to be brats, a ton of food. And what my suggestion is, and what I'm going to be doing when I go to Oktoberfest, is making sure that the rest of the day I'm eating my normal healthy meals that are focused on protein, produce, fruits and vegetables. I don't need as many carbs for breakfast, lunch, and snacks if I'm going to be going to Oktoberfest tonight. So just focusing on protein with my breakfast and lunch, and snacks, eating things like nuts, string cheese, beef jerky, cut up veggies with hummus. And then at Oktoberfest, my approach to the food is getting something that is going to be have some sort of protein in it. So let's say like the brats, and I would use ketchup, or excuse me, I would not use ketchup. I would only use mustard because mustard has vinegar in it, which helps to balance blood sugar. So taking it easy on the condiments, leaving off the bun or not eating all of the bun is another thing you can do. If you are wanting to get a pretzel, make sure that you're sharing it with someone and dipping it in the mustard, and probably not eating, you probably don't need the whole thing on your own. Another option is to eat at home before you go. And then when you're there, you might just be, want to enjoy some of the beer. If you're participating in Sober October, taking a break from alcohol for the month of October, I fully support that. And if you still want to go to Oktoberfest, you can do that. They have non-alcoholic drinks. It's supposed to be family friendly, so they should certainly have some non-alcoholic options. If you do want to have alcohol, I recommend setting a limit for yourself before you go. So moderation of alcohol is no more than 1 drink a day for women, no more than 2 drinks a day for men. So you could choose that as your goal or whatever you have set for yourself, and just enjoy what you do have. So not being overly restrictive, and when you do want to have something, just have it and enjoy it and then move on. Make sure that you're working out. I already went to the gym today, and then Saturday and Sunday, make sure you're also hitting exercise. What happens all the time is that the social activities that come with heavier calorie intake and alcohol tend to happen on the weekends. And then if that is your rest day or when you're not going to the gym, then there's like this huge mismatch of your energy balance. So if you're going to be imbibing and indulging in delicious food, make sure that you're also exercising, walking around, and eating healthy the remainder of the day, and then just being really active on the weekends as well. So hope to see you guys at Oktoberfest. I will be there also. And other things that I wanted to bring up at this point in the challenge, we talked a lot about food, eating healthy meals. Hopefully you guys are taking advantage of our NXPT discount with Lean Machine Meal Prep. That's NXPT 25 to get you 25% off. Their meals are delicious, especially their sauces. They're perfectly portioned. You still might need snacks in between those meals because they're only a couple hundred calories. They have a great amount of protein, but you might need snacks in between that. So snacking on things like hard-boiled eggs, walnuts, almonds, or any mixed nuts that you like. Pistachios. Pistachios help with reducing muscle soreness after hard workouts, which is everything that we do at NXPT. String cheese, or the little cheese snackers, or the circle cheese, little Babel cheeses are good snacks. Baby bell peppers, hummus, cut up carrots, cut up celery, any type of veggie that you like, cherry tomatoes, snacking tomatoes, sliced cucumbers. It's good to snack on fruits and veggies and protein, things between your meals that are going to help to keep you full for that next meal. So hopefully you guys are doing well with your nutrition and your meals. I wanted to talk a little bit about supplements. Supplements are very individualized, and it really depends on each of you, what your goals are, what you're working on, what your diet is like, how well in you have your diet dialed in, how consistent you've been with your diet. But generally speaking, the supplements that most people will find benefit in are protein powder and creatine. I'll also talk about if you should use collagen and if you should use branched chain amino acids, but primarily everyone can probably benefit from a protein powder. I recommend whey isolate protein powder. Whey does come from milk. Whey is one of the proteins in milk. So if you're avoiding dairy or you have an intolerance to that type of protein powder, you can look for a plant-based protein powder. It's still going to be effective. It's just not as easily digestible and as fastly absorbed and utilized as whey protein isolate, or even if you find like an egg white protein, those are going to be the absolute best. Some brands are going to be Gold Standard, Ascent, they sell it at Costco, Momentous, Thorn. There's lots of protein powders out there. You want to make sure that there's a third party testing logo on the packaging. That means that a third party has come in and said, yes, this is a good quality protein. It's free of banned substances. It's free of contamination, cross-contamination when it's made at the facility. And there's actually the protein in it that they say is in it on the label. So third-party testing logos are going to be Informed Choice, NSF, USP, and make sure that it has a third-party testing on the label. Whey protein isolate, 20 to 30 grams per scoop. If you are somebody that's bigger looking to gain muscle, you could even do like a scoop and a half. But most of us, the 20 to 30 grams, that's a standard scoop size of a whey protein isolate, is going to be plenty of protein. You can also look for ready to drink proteins like Fairlife, Muscle Milk, Core Power, Premier Protein from Costco. Some of them will have a little bit of carb, but you want one that's just primarily protein. You can add this in your coffee in the morning. You can add it when you're making waffles or pancakes with like a Kodiak's cake, super high protein waffle mix. You can add this to a smoothie. You can use it however you want. You can just throw it in your gym bag and have it right after the gym. Your protein powder should just be there to supplement what you're not able to get through your diet. So let's say through eating your meals and snacks, you're able to get 95 or 100 grams of protein, but your goal is really 130 grams of protein. So then a scoop, nice rounded scoop of protein powder or one of those protein drinks will help to get you to your 130 gram total daily protein goal, in addition to all the food that you're eating at your meals and snacks. You want to have this protein supplement ideally surrounding your workout, or you can have it added as a snack in your day. So the protein, yeah, you can either take it right before your workout, right after. Your body's most receptive to nutrition intervention immediately following a workout. So that's when most people have their protein drink. You can bring it with you, the powder in a shaker cup, and then just add water after your workout's over and drink it on the way home, and then still have your next meal, whatever that might be. So the protein supplement is still in addition to the meals and snacks that you're eating. Creatine monohydrate is another supplement that I recommend for both men and women. Creatine is actually found in food, and our body makes some creatine, but we don't make a lot and we don't get a lot from our diet. So a creatine monohydrate supplement is just giving us more creatine than we could possibly either make or get through foods. And creatine is an energy source for our muscles and also our brain. And so what creatine does is it helps with those quick bursts of energy and power movements in the gym. So it helps you work out harder, which allows you to get better fitness gains faster. And then the cognitive benefit, the brain function benefit of creatine is because it's also an energy source for our brain. So the most exciting news is the latest research is showing that if you're sleep deprived and you take creatine, it actually helps improve your cognitive function. So it makes up for a little bit of that sleep loss. I'm not saying that it's an excuse to not get enough sleep, but something that it benefits as well. A lot of people ask me if they should take a collagen supplement and branched chain amino acid supplement. So each of these supplements are just concentrated forms of 1 to 3 amino acids. So amino acids are the building blocks of protein. Our body can make some, and then others are essential that we need to get through our diet. So a complete protein is all the essential amino acids. Complete proteins are things like eggs, dairy, yogurt, milk, cottage cheese, meat, fish, poultry. Those are all complete proteins. Protein powder that's coming from whey, those are all complete proteins, and our body gets all the amino acids that it needs to build muscle, act as enzymes, help with our immune function. Collagen and branched chain amino acids are only a few of those amino acids. So they have specific roles in the body. I'm sure everyone knows that collagen helps with tendon formation and is a very abundant amino acid, a protein in our body, but it's just a few amino acids. It's not all of them. And so your number one priority is just to focus on protein from whole food sources at your meals and snacks, things like eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, meat, fish, poultry, getting your protein from food, and then protein powder that's also a complete protein. Collagen might be useful if you're coming back from having an injury, or the certain type of collagen that the females like to take for our hair, skin, and nails, but it doesn't count towards your total daily protein intake. You still need to meet your, let's say you need 130 grams of protein a day. You still need to get your 130 grams of protein, and you can't count your collagen. So I know, for example, the blue Vital Proteins collagen container, I think they sell it at Costco, that says that it has like 20 grams of collagen. You can't count that towards your total protein needs. You still need to get all of your complete protein sources from meals, snacks, and then like a whey protein powder. The other supplement, the branched chain amino acids, these are just 3 amino acids that our muscles can use for energy. And some people like to take a branched chain amino acid supplement, sip on it during their workout to be able to fuel their muscles. And it's really not necessary. Again, if you are eating regular meals, your body is going to have energy to perform that workout. Your muscles are not going to break down in a 45-minute NXPT workout. And again, you should be getting your protein sources from whole foods and snacks and the protein powder. And branched chain amino acids are, since it's just 3 of those amino acids, I don't think it's necessary. I think if you're going to spend your money on supplements, number 1 should be a good whey protein isolate, protein powder. And then the second one should be the creatine monohydrate. 5 grams per day is the standard dose. The creatine, it doesn't matter what time of day that you take it, because how it works in our body is it builds up in our muscle stores over time. And so it's really just that consistency of taking it every day so that our muscle stores are saturated and can use the energy. Most people add the creatine monohydrate to their protein powder because that's just most convenient for them, and they'll remember to take it every day. So you can have those 2 things together. So again, supplements are going to be super individualized for each of you, but the ones that I can pretty much across the board blanket recommend for everyone are going to be a good protein powder that provides 20 to 30 grams of protein, check your scoop size, and then creatine monohydrate, 5 grams per day. Anything else is going to need to be reviewed like on an individual basis. And then I don't really think that branched chain amino acids or collagen are going to be useful across the board. It's an individual basis, but you have to meet your whole protein sources or your whole protein needs from food sources first. And then the last thing that I just wanted to mention is about wearable devices. So a lot of us have Apple Watch, Garmin, Fitbit, Whoop, and these trackers estimate calories burned from exercise, which really vary in accuracy. I think they're most useful for looking at trends. And so it helps you to see, like, I had a higher calorie day or I had a lower calorie day. And that can kind of help you to guide your portion sizes for your meals. If you have a lower energy expenditure day, then you don't need to be eating as much food. You don't need as big of carb portions at your meals. So I think that that's what the calorie feature is most useful for, is just gauging overall activity level for the day. I also love wearables for daily step count. So getting at least 8,000 steps a day. I know a lot of goals are 10,000 steps a day, but the research shows that after 8,000 steps, there's huge benefit, and it doesn't increase a whole lot with more steps after that. So at least aim for 8,000 steps a day. you can look for a weekly average. So don't kill yourself if you don't get 8,000 steps one day. Look at your weekly average, which I think the wearables are good because it does show you the data over time and all these trends and reports. And so you can see weekly averages. Okay, I'm getting 8,000 steps a day on average over a week, even though one day you might have 12,000 steps, another day you might have 6,000 steps. As long as you're getting an average of 8,000 a day, that's something good to aim for. And you can also use, if you have a device that tracks your sleep, you can look again at averages, like how much sleep are you getting on average? Hopefully, it's between 7 to 9 hours a night. We see that our hormones function the best. Our appetite hormones specifically also function well when you're getting enough sleep. Human growth hormone and testosterone are released at night, early in the night when you fall asleep. And if you are sacrificing sleep and not getting a ton of sleep, you're not going to be getting the benefit from the hormone releases that are helping to adapt and get better from those hard workouts that you're doing. So make sure that you're sleeping. Look at your wearable data to see how long you're sleeping for on average. Try to get that to 7 to 9 hours. And the other cool thing that wearables can do is they can show you your sleep pattern. So they know that it's healthiest for us if we are going to sleep and waking up around the same time every day, preferably within like an hour and a half. Your wake up time and your sleep time should be consistent every day within about a 60 to 90-minute window. So of course it's going to adjust a little bit. Sometimes we sleep in on the weekends. Sometimes we, stay up a little later and sleep in, but try to keep it as consistent as possible and not be too thrown off. It's actually called social jet lag when you stay up way later on the weekends and sleep in way later, and then you're trying to adjust your schedule back during the weekdays. That's actually bad for your metabolism. So, of course, every once in a while, you're going to have social things and stay up later, and there's concerts and weddings and all these life events that we're going to have that are exceptions and these one off things. But what matters most of the time is more important than what you do once in a while. So, as much as you can, just try to be consistent with what time you wake up and what time you go to sleep, because that all impacts our metabolism and how and our health overall. So that's it for this week's video. I'll catch you guys next week for our last week of the challenge.